We were underage. We were little girls.
That's when he said, okay, you can go ahead and take off your shirt and pants, but you can stay in your underwear.
By the time I was 16, I brought him up to 75 girls, all the ages of, 14, 15, 16.
He wanted new, fresh, young faces every single day.
He's probably the most prolific pedophile. I mean, to have abused this many young girls for this many years and have gotten away with it.
He's already proven he has enough power to shut even the government down. The government's on his side.
This guy is big time. He knows people that know people that know people.
This is probably the most unjust outcome of any case that I've been involved in 40 years.
I assert my federal constitutional rights as guaranteed by the 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendments of the United States Constitution.
He needs to be behind bars. He needs to be behind bars for the rest of his life. There is way too many girls for him not to be. That's just mind-blowing.
The non-prosecution agreement, the sweetheart plea bargain that the federal government secretly entered into with Jeffrey Epstein, that commitment will be followed through to conclusion. The pro bono efforts of Bradley Edwards and Professor Paul Casale that began more than a decade ago will continue in an effort to set aside the non-prosecution agreement and to hold Jeffrey Epstein and his named and unnamed co-conspirators fully responsible for the crimes that they have committed.
Before this video starts, before the nice side of me starts, let me ask this. Jeffrey Epstein, where is Sophie Reeder? Since you've abused, molested, and you're a pedophile, and you've taken hundreds of girls, Sophie Reeder went missing in Fort Lauderdale. You probably know where she's at. So where is Sophie Reeder? Why does this animal, this pig, get a pass? Why does the government provide this rapist an immunity deal? Where's the documentary for Jeffrey Epstein? We got something for R. Kelly, which he should totally be held accountable for his animal acts. Where's the documentary for Jeffrey Epstein? The guy that's raped, molested, and sold and trafficked children. The guy that had his own freaking island. Jeffrey, where's Sophie Reeder? You gotta be well connected. You're connected with politicians. You got a lot of money. I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could find this girl. Where is Sophie Reeder? You are a pig. And the fact that Florida, the fact that the government gave him an immunity deal and there's no outrage? Oh, you better believe it. Jeffrey Epstein got a pass. Even though they're investigating, he got a pass. You better believe it. There is no outrage for this dog that rapes underage children and sells them. Animal. And he gets a pass. Is it because he's not a celebrity? He's connected to a lot of high influential people. This guy pisses me off. So I had to start the video off like that. Where is the outrage for these people that are stealing our children? Well, there is no outrage because the liberals, they promote abortion. I've been looking at some statistics. In 2012, there was more black babies aborted than born. And this is what they want. You're killing yourselves. There's so many people that have no value over children. They'll sell their own children that it's really not surprising that this kind of stuff goes on. Where is Sophie Reeder and why is this animal free? Why did he only get 18 months or whatever time he got? Why did Jeffrey Epstein get a secret immunity deal? Because he's connected. I'm telling you, all these people up top, they're disgusting animals. Bang, bang. What's up, it's iCkEdMeL. We're here to talk about Jeffrey Epstein, the king of pedophiles, the guy that's making the Catholic Church look like lightweight, the guy that puts R. Kelly to shame and all the other people in the industry or whatever in the world, the higher ups, the people that have money. You know how I say that the government promotes this stuff? Here you got it. They protect these people. If you have a certain amount of money, you have the right amount of money. And a lot of these people that you look up to in the churches, in the government, they're all sick, disgusting pedophiles. Not all, but probably most. Now, this guy has been known to he's been accused of at least molesting 100 underage girls in Palm Beach. This is the guy that had what you thought was a conspiracy, how they talk about a sex island. No, this guy literally had like a sex island. Underage children, and he got this crazy plea deal, and now the Justice Department is actually looking into investigating it. They're going to investigate the Secretary of Labor, Alex Acosta's role in negotiating the controversial plea deal, which he was supposed to be. He got a really lenient plea deal in 2008. It was supposed to be almost, they say he could have faced a life sentence. Jeffrey Epstein, 66, could have faced a possible life sentence for sex trafficking, but instead was secretly granted federal immunity. What does that tell you? Along with others who were part of the conspiracy, some of who were not named. And this is what I spoke about a long time ago. I spoke about this a couple times. I really believe there were some people, higher ups, well-connected people that names were in there. And that's the reason they protect this guy, because he's pretty much holding this over the government, I believe. Names on there. And here it says here, Epstein was suspected by the FBI of running an international sex trafficking operation involving minors. The federal prosecutors drafted a 53-page indictment that was shelved after Acosta signed off on a non-prosecution agreement in 2007. So let me be critical for a second for the guy that I voted for, Trump. I like Trump, but he talks about putting up a wall, right, for sex trafficking to stop it, right? But you have this guy here that all of you in government gave a pass to. You know what I'm saying? So all this stuff too, the political crap that they push to all of us is just for votes. You got people like this that the government is basically co-signing pedophilia. That's why you got the Catholic Church. That's why you got the garbage ass Pope in there, Pope Francis, that does nothing. He's filth. And just like all the other priests in there that let that go on. And why isn't this guy being talked about? Why isn't this guy getting like headline news and media? Is it being suppressed? Where's the documentary? I think the Miami Herald's actually doing one. R. Kelly got a huge documentary, right? Where's this Jeffrey Epstein guy that ran an international sex trafficking operation, right? Sophie Reeder. Maybe he had something to do with that. Maybe he took the girl. Maybe the girl was sold to him. Maybe he had something to do with that. He was operating here in South Florida, right? Sophie Reeder got taken here in South Florida. Maybe he knows something about that. It says for months after the deal was executed, federal prosecutors kept Epstein's victims in the dark. Isn't that incredible? The victims are in the dark. And the FBI led some of them to believe the investigation was ongoing. So the FBI, right, the same FBI that's been investigating Trump for Russia collusion, right? They've been doing that forever. They haven't gotten anywhere. The FBI and the government's crooked and corrupted. I'll tell you that right now. Most of the girls ages 13 to 16, which Sophie Reeder fit right into that time frame, right? At the time, found out about the plea bargain only after learning about it on television when Epstein was sentenced in 2008. So that's how they think of victims. That's how they treat victims. They treat victims like trash. They rather protect themselves, work out a plea deal, and then let them find out later on TV. So here's what Epstein served for. The lifetime that he was supposed to serve, he only served 18 months. In the Palm Beach County Jail, and to register as a sex offender. But even in jail, Epstein received liberal work release privileges that required him to spend a little time in a cell. 6 days a week, he was picked up at jail by his private driver, driven to an office in downtown West Palm Beach, where he spent up to 12 hours a day greeting friends, lawyers, several young women who were named by federal prosecutors as participants in the sex trafficking scheme. And over here it states too, he was served 13 months on the 2 prostitution charges. He was released in 2009. 2 of his victims, now in their 30s, are suing the federal government, claiming prosecutors violated the Crime Victim Rights Act, which grants crime victims certain rights, including to confer with prosecutors to be informed about any plea deal. The lawsuit filed in Southern District of Florida seeks to throw out the agreement. It's not clear whether avoiding the deal could result in Epstein facing a renewed charges. Really interesting. I think they need to expose those names. And I think we'd be really surprised to find out who those names are. But it just goes to show, the government, They claim to be for you, they care for you. But South Florida apparently is okay with sex trafficking. All the people in the office that passed that plea deal, all the judges, the lawyer, shame on you, disgusting. And for the government, FBI and all these other crooked government people that let this happen and don't even inform the victims. That's what you got to work with. We're all being fooled. We're all being deceived. These trash ass people, dude. Animal of society. But if you have money, you can do whatever. It's true. I guess it's true. If you have money, you can do whatever you want. Sorry about the camera too. It's kind of low. But I was thinking about this too. Where's all those movements? Where's Me Too and all those other BS movements that only are for certain people? What about the children? I've been saying that our children are being taken from us. They're a commodity. They are revenue. They're being used for sex. And the government is okay with that. What are we paying taxes for? We're literally paying taxes for the government to then turn around and give passes and promote pedophilia. So we're literally paying for our own demise because the government's using our money to fund this stuff. And when it's caught, push it under the rug. You know what I'm saying? So like the whole thing with R. Kelly and all these people, other people, I'll jump down on them too. But why isn't this guy getting the same light? Why is it okay for this guy? And you know why it's okay? Because there's a lot of politicians locked in with this that were flying on that airplane that they took all the names off. There's a lot of people mixed up in this. There's a lot of sick people. And the funny thing is you have a lot of people blindly looking up to these people, man. It's sick, man. They need to expose these names. They need to put this out on Front Street. How is this acceptable? How is this acceptable as a society? How? And this goes back to my talk with saying that we have so many problems within our own home, within our own country, but you got these people that, no, who cares about our country? Let's help everybody else. While literally your children are being taken from you and being trafficked and sex trafficked and human trafficked, but you want to go help everybody else without even fixing the own problems we have in our own home. You know? It's incredible. Where's Sophie Reeder? Did he have something to do with that? I don't know how somebody could live with themselves like that. Isn't it crazy? Is that how it functions, man? Is that how the higher ups work? The higher echelon? Is that the requirement to be wealthy? Is to be sick? Is it when you get so much money, you run out of things to do? There's just an unlimited amount. There's no restriction. It's just sick. Epstein quietly settled individual civil settlements with more than 40 victims, but the girls were subjected to brutal questioning by Epstein's powerful cadre of lawyers. He also hired private investigators to dig into every aspect of their lives in order to try to blackmail them, in order to shut them up, in order to give them less money. What a dirty man. And the dirty lawyers. What filthy humans that we have. To defend that crap. To belittle a victim. To then dig in their past. It really is, man, a battle of right and wrong, good and evil. And this is just evil. And I'm telling you, there's people that promote this. There are people that live in evil and love this crap. It is sick. The wildest things that you thought, oh, it's just like conspiracy. Oh, no, it's actually going on. It's actually going on. And the government is in on it. And let me tell you about another thing they did to another victim here. In one case, they disposed a girl's parents and grilled them over an abortion the girl had years before. Prior to testifying, the girl's parents, who are Catholic, didn't know their daughter had an abortion. So they used all kinds of stuff, tactics and manipulation to, just like they did to Botham Jean, right? Botham Jean, they search his apartment. Everything gets taken in there. Somehow it leaks out that there was like a bag of weed. Where's Amber Geiger's information? Where's the search on her apartment? These are the same tactics that these people are doing, that they do to us, to everybody, to protect their people, to protect their system or their government or whatever. It is crazy. And in interviews with the Herald, several of Epstein's victims, now in their late 20s and early 30s, said they felt betrayed by both the state and federal prosecutors who treated them like prostitutes, even though they were all under age of consent, which is 18 in Florida. This is what the victims talk about. Bro, man, it is disgusting, huh? Can you believe that? The government, the feds. I see why some people have such a hatred towards some of these people. You know, I don't feel hate, but it is definitely disgusting, and they're definitely protected, man. We got to do something about this. Where's the headlines? Where's the stories? Where's CNN and where's all these social justice movements, social justice warriors, the movements, the Black Lives Matter, and all the other BS movements out there? I call BS on all those movements. Antifa and all that stuff. We're over here fighting over the color shade of your skin, and right under your skin, right under your nose, our kids are being taken and used for sex. That's how you win. Divide and conquer. You divide the population. You divide all of us. You divide the idiots that are obsessed with dumb stuff. Meanwhile, you got kids being trafficked and taken, stolen, and all sorts of stuff. Peace.
I see potential subscribers. Subscribe for more. This is the mother info war.